Okay, guys, so this is Brian the Rowlet with his nice, good old buddy right here, Daniel the Torchic, and we're going to be looking at how much larger the Alola region is than it actually is shown in the trailer and in this picture provided by Cerebi. Thanks for the help.
I'm sorry for the audio quality. We're not.
We have no access to mics, but let's go with the theory and just hopefully you guys like it and help me with any holes that I show, and I'd really appreciate comments. I don't care about liking and sharing, but I'd really appreciate comments so that you can help me along. Thank you.
Any feedback would be appreciated. Let's get on with the video.
Okay, so this is our little low region that's been shown. As you can see, it's kind of blocked off right there, and then we see this nice coast over here. But what I like to see is this large crater, which kind of reminds me of a very specific Hawaiian island known as Oahu. And another thing they have in common is this nice coastal city right here.
Right along the freaking crater.
As you can see, it is right here, and a lot of the buildings are the same shape as well.
And
But
it's the
although,
same,
of course, buildings are pretty much all the same shape.
and it's the same coastal shape as well, if you look closely.
You can even see the little beach that is in the Alola region, although it is much bigger on this map, and they've taken out a lot of stuff from Oahu. And another thing, the region, this picture of Oahu is actually the picture that was shown in the trailer for the Japanese version of it. So this is the trailer that the kid with the striped shirt went to and made friends with all those people.
And got his first Pokemon.
Now, a couple things about what we have right here. So we got a Pokemon Center in what looks to be about one town about there-ish. There's another one right up there, as well as maybe one there, and maybe one up there. I'm not sure. But on the actual island of Oahu, there is a total of 5 cities and towns, including Honolulu, which is a large coastal city, as can be seen right here. I believe it's Honolulu. I'm pretty sure when I looked at the map.
Honolulu is the capital and found on Oahu. So yes, you would most likely be correct in that.
Okay. So, as you can see, this is a really good example. So, if this is Oahu, as a lot of people are theorizing, and because this is based on Hawaii, and we can almost guarantee that, then that, of course, you can tell just by the region being Alola, Aloha, all that good jazz. So, if this is Oahu, then that means that it's a mid-sized island, as you can see here. And Maui and Kauai are pretty close to the same size. So that means that we're going to have several other islands about the same size, and then we're just going to have this giant that's about triple the size of all of those. So this is going to be a huge region with a huge amount of potential.
This is also portrayed by the port you can obviously see right here.
Yeah. Another thing is that port provides options to go to Kalos and the after stories.
As well, because this is a direct sequel after all.
Uh-huh. So if we can go to Oahu, if we can go to all these other islands, it's likely that there's going to be several other gyms. I'm likely seeing 2 to 3 gyms on here, another one on Maui, Moloke, and maybe 2 on Kauai. But I feel like Kauai's actually where we're going to find our legendaries. And Niwahu or Kaluwa. I'm very sorry if I am butchering these, by the way. I am not good at pronunciations.
But either Nihao or Kalue is most likely where we're going to find the Elite Four. I feel like Kalue would be blocked off by all boat transfer until you get the 8 badges, in which you will get an item in the game which will allow you to take any port there. Either that or surfing.
Lane is also a good option for another legendary place because it's so close to Kahulawe. Kahulawe. And because of that, I believe this is going to be one of our largest regions yet. Even with all this water, because it's Hawaii, the water is going to be spread out, unlike in Hoenn, where it was all on about half the map, and then the other half was pretty much all land with just a bit of water. And it's the same, while it was, on the other half, it was water with just a bit of land. In this area, while you'll probably surf a lot, you'll actually be on land more than you surf, because you'll be going from island to island.
And the story will most likely have you be taking boats from the big islands along
or maybe
this line.
even bridge if we get to closer islands like Moloke and Maui.
Yeah, I can see there being a nice bridge across there upon which you could like fight trainers, or maybe even a overseas bike path. to try and coast back to first gen.
And another thing, because of this being a sequel to Kalos, I really do like the idea of the port in Oahu, your starting town, being where you're able to go back, because that brings more purpose to it other than just being a starting area. It's like, I can do all this great stuff and all that. So, there's also several smaller islands, as you can see right here. And these islands could have roles like the Battle Resort, or even
They could even be similar to the Mirage Islands from Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire.
I would really love to see them also bring back the gliding feature, although I'm not sure if they would be able to use it because we are unlikely to get Latios and Latias. So there is that. But if you guys agree with my theory, comment below. If you don't, also comment and give reasons why.
And if there are any holes you've noticed, please feel free to leave them in the comments as well, and we'll address them as quickly and as efficiently as we can.
And if you like what I have to say here, I would really appreciate it if you subscribe, although I don't need you to. I would really appreciate it, because this is my first video, as probably most of you can tell, and I just felt like it needed to be addressed in depth, that these islands are it goes much more in depth than a lot of people would think.
This map is going to be bigger if it's the full
Especially if we
set.
go with all of these smaller islands that are right here, it's going to be a huge map. And while there will be a lot of water, as I said before, we are going to be able to do a ton of stuff with it because it's going to be spread out. It's not just going to be in one place like it was in Hoenn.
Especially as to scale, as we've seen from the trailers already. Children to adults to even the vehicles, the truck we saw in the trailer. It's all going to be set to scale so that it'll be proportionate. You'll be taking boats across through the islands.
And because islands themselves are actually pretty large, even if they are a small island, if they are large enough to have a name, usually they are large enough to like travel over and traverse. So these islands will still probably have a decent amount of story with them. So thank you. I'm Brian the Rowlet, and this is my buddy Daniel the Torchic, as I said before. And I will see you all next time if you choose to watch me. Thanks for all your help and support.
Peace, brothers. We'll see you